He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd. And I finally met him. James Rolfe has entertained us throughout the years with the Angry Video Game Nerd, Bored James, You Know What's Bullshit, Monster Madness, movie reviews, amateur shorts, memoir documentaries, and his intelligence in all of that. I saw a couple of his videos in high school, but I really got into the Angry Video Game Nerd in college. Everything he does with video games, movies, TV shows, camera equipment, his storytelling skills, collaborations, his teachings of self-productions, what an inspiration. I wanted to meet him for the longest. At my very first Comic-Con, I read that he would be there doing coverage for Spike TV, but I couldn't find him. Then I went back to college for my senior year, and while there, his good friend Stephanie Uhas was a guest speaker at my university film collective's assembly, so I briefly spoke with her there. Then I graduated and went to the following Comic-Con, where I walked into Pat the NES Punk. I had to tell him how much I love his videos, and he was appreciative of that. In between that time, the nerd was raising funds for his Angry Video Game Nerd movie. I remember emailing his movie website about auditioning, and then hearing back from one of his interns about promoting his Indiegogo page. 2 Comic-Cons later, I missed the opportunity to get a ticket to a screening of Angry Video Game Nerd the movie. 2 Comic-Cons after that, I learned after the fact that he and Pat were there doing a panel on retro gaming. What a bummer. This year, I read the Comic-Con schedule and saw that James was indeed there and finally given his own panel dedicated to the Angry Video Game Nerd. I decided it's time. I planned my schedule properly. Since the nerd panel was on the 3rd day of the con, I still used the first 2 days of the con to camp out for Hall H panels, where I asked questions for Batman Beyond Anniversary, Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead, which I may talk about in separate videos, and The Dark Crystal with Mark Hamill and Taron Egerton, which I already discussed in a previous video. The day of the Nerds panel came, and his panel was held not in the convention center, but in the library auditorium near the convention center. So I planned accordingly to sit in the auditorium a few panels prior, and the panels that preceded the Nerds panel were actually very fun and interesting, so I might talk about those in a later video. As I awaited the nerd, I wrote down some questions for him and chose the best one. When the panel started, there he was, with Pat, setting up. I think the glitch gremlin was playing dirty because there were technical difficulties at the start. But then the panel went underway, and I could see how chill, kind, caring, and helpful James was, as he shared his whole story of growing up, learning to work with a camera, learning about video games, making videos at home, distributing online before YouTube, distributing when YouTube began, meeting his wife, making nerd videos online for free while working other jobs, making a job out of the nerd eventually, making the nerd movie, and continuing his work as a filmmaker and father. When Fan Q&A began, I asked James how is he using his time to make his next movies while maintaining his online series and managing his marriage and family. He responded that he doesn't have all the answers, but he works with a few companies, and he has a team ready to work with him on his next movie, and that the answers are still being found out. I admired his honesty and kindness, and I thanked him. Pat too. And that brought closure to my quest to meet the Angry Video Game Nerd. What inspired me to ask him that question? I'll tell you, as a writer-director, I'm always passionate about appreciating love and life. While the nerd never made this a topic in his videos, it seemed that he was indirectly teaching us about love and relationships. In one of his early videos, can't remember which one, he mentioned his girlfriend. Then later videos revealed his wedding band, so he's married. Then there was a photo on his website where the description read, "My wife is on the left." So that's his wife. Then she appeared in the pizza taste test video. Then the video of James looking for sets of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World ended with him thanking his wife. What a man. What a gentleman. Much later, Mrs. Nerd made her own posts on the website, and now they're raising a family. His passionate love for his wife is reflected in his videos, and it served as another layer of inspiration from him. When I see that, I say, when I'm with my woman, when I'm married to her, I'm going to love my wife the same as he loves his wife. Power of love. Comment below and please subscribe because I am far from finished making videos for you. Yes, I have projects that I'm branching out to. I want you to have a great week. Keep watching my videos, Game on if you're a gamer, and love the power of love. Welcome to Die!